Hi, welcome back to another interview with some two special guys here from Keene High School. We're recognizing our seniors that have just found out recently that they unfortunately lost their spring track season their senior year. These guys have been working really hard for 4 years, and so they deserve some recognition. So we're here with Nico and Jake from Keene. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
So we're going to start right off, and we're going to start with Nico. So how are you handling this situation with the COVID-19, training in isolation and your remote learning, and how are you handling that situation so far?
Training wise, it's fine. It's just boring because I could only really run with like one or two people, like not even once a week. But school wise, it's really just like made my senioritis a lot worse. So I guess we'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. How about you, Jake? How are you handling everything?
Yeah, definitely school is hard. Just because I just don't feel motivated to do anything. But training, I'm continuing to train hard, basically trying to pretend like there is a season, even though there isn't. And yeah, training's been a lot harder though, because it's a lot different when you don't have actual official practices and you're not running with people, no competition. So it feels a lot harder.
Yeah. You don't have any goals, competitions coming up, so that's going to be a lot harder, right?
Yeah.
You know, usually you've got that, yeah. And you guys are both mid-distance guys, so probably you're training, just doing a bunch of distance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least that's good. You don't have to worry about the speed part of it. Just we're trying to get some harder runs in, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about some of our seasons. We don't have a spring season here, but you've had a lot of other track seasons. So let's talk about our favorite competition memory. We're going to start with you, Jake. What's your favorite competition memory you have?
Oh, my favorite competition memory. You already know where I'm going with this. CVC qualifiers.
Bro.
Oh my God. Like, all right, I'll make it as quick as possible. Just quick story. So basically, imagine like a 10-hour meet that goes into the night, and like you literally can't see anything because it took 10 hours for them to just do like 5 events. It was bad. And when I had to run the 3200 in the dark. People went around the outside of the track, put on their flashlights, and just waving. It was like a concert. Like, don't stop believing the whole time. And it was miserable, but it was hilarious.
That's an awesome story. One you will always remember.
Yeah.
That is great. How did you do? Do you remember how you did? Or it doesn't even matter?
It doesn't even matter. Like, no. I was basically by myself, and also it was raining, and I couldn't see anything. Like, I barely stayed on the track.
That is a great memory. Nico, how are you going to top that?
I don't think I can. I mean, he kind of stole mine. That was like, I mean, our coach was just livid.
I'm so mad
because the men's 200 took over 2 hours. And it wasn't a big meet. And yeah, I was in the 32 at the end as well, and it was in pitch black, people with lights on. But real quick, my favorite competition memory, probably be the first time that I broke 2 in the 800. It was kind of like out of nowhere. My coach told me to take a couple of days off, and then I just hopped in like a whole meet against they're like my 4x8 teammates. And I pulled out a win, and I went like 159. Almost 159 flat, so that was probably my favorite.
Those big boundaries are huge. You know, those 2 minutes, 2 flat, like that's a huge one. So good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, how does your coach motivate you? Like, what motivates you? How do they? You know, you've got some different coaches, and are there specific things that they do or teammates do? What motivates you the best? We'll start with you, Nico.
Well, I know that Goldsmith, he'll be the first one to tell you that he's not one to give like that hoorah speech right before a race. And in a way that kind of motivates the rest of us, by realizing that running isn't about like a hoorah speech. It's about the honest work, like months and months and weeks before the big race shows up, whether it be cross or track. And he helped me figure that out a lot when I came back to running. It's not like this big like hoorah, if you believe it you can do it thing. He helped me figure out that it's a lot about the honest work. And he's an amazing coach, so his process is a successful process.
That's great. Running is one of those unique things that the more you put into it, usually the more you get out of it. You work hard and you get faster. It's just, especially distance running, mid-distance and distance running. Absolutely. Right. How about you, Jake?
Yeah, I agree with Nico on everything. Coach Goldsmith is very straightforward. So, like, he will be honest with us and he'll just say, like, if you don't train, then you shouldn't expect success. That's pretty much everything it boils down. That motivates me to just run my hardest because I know that he's right. And if I don't work hard, I'm not going to do the things I want to do.
Right. Okay, now you guys have a lot of different events, and you can see some, well, only have one 5,000, but I know, you 800, 1,600, 3K, 32. So I'm going to ask you what your favorite event is. How about you, Jake? Your favorite track and field event?
Well, even though I'm a long distance runner and like I should like the longer distances, I'm going to have to stick with the mile as my favorite just because it's always the most exciting race. Everyone always looks forward to it. And it can be really fun. Really. That's why I like the mile.
Okay. How about you, Nico?
I'd have to agree. Between like 4x4 to 5K, I'd probably say the mile. Just because it's fast paced, but it's long enough to have some sort of strategy to it. Whereas like the 800 is kind of just like a grueling sprint. And it's fun to like flex mile times because like a lot of my friends aren't runners. And when I'm like, okay, like you went sub 16 in a 5K, they're just like, okay, whatever. But when you say like 4:25 in the full mile, then they're just kind of like, wow, like that's pretty good. So yeah, the mile.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, for non-runners who don't understand, like
exactly
the mile. So
yeah, right, 100%. Everyone knows the mile.
Everyone knows the mile.
Yeah, I love it. All right, so we'll kind of feed off from that, and we'll go to our favorite workout, and we'll start with you this time, Nico. What's your favorite track and field workout, and how come it's your favorite?
It would probably be, we have a week at the end of September where we're all in like really good shape. And we transition from like high mileage to more like speed stuff in cross country. And we call it Hell Week because it's like 4 days in a row. And I'd probably say it's the first 2 days of that week where we do 5x1 mile repeats, and then the next day we go up to Stearns, which is our hill workout place, and we do a really, really intense hill workout. And it's my favorite because like we're all in really good shape, and like the feeling you get when you're done a really hard workout that you could only do when you're like in really good shape, it's really satisfying. So probably those two workouts combined.
Okay, how about you, Jake?
For me, I just love anything with hills in it. So Stearns, like you said, that's really my favorite. Anything we do at Stearns, really, I don't really have a specific thing. I like it when we do a lot of more Stearns that are slightly slower than the ones that are faster. It just feels nice.
Okay. All right. What is your favorite thing about track and field? How about you, Jake? We'll start with you. Favorite thing about track and field?
I'd say it's just hanging out with the bros, with the boys, and making memories, and just having fun with everyone's event, because it's not like, it's a very individualized sport, which can actually be a really good thing because it means there's a lot more room for diversity, and it's very fun. Like, I've always had fun running for track and field, and not just because of my events, but because like I get to watch other people and watch other people do their things. So it's fun getting to know everyone on the team and watching them all improve. It's great. Camaraderie.
Yeah, a lot of different types of kids too. You get the throwers and the jumpers and the sprinters and the distance. Brings a lot of different people together. Yeah. Okay, Nico, how about you? Favorite thing about track and field?
Probably small like dual tri meets, the 4x4 at the end. That's probably my favorite, when like it's everyone, like the last 4 people on the team that could still walk are doing the 4x4.
Yeah.
Unless it's pitch black with flashlights.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun. I like that.
Okay, great. All right, so Nico, let's start with you this time. Let's talk about next year. We have Colorado Christian University is where you're going, and Jake, you're going to go to UMass Lowell. So what are your goals right now in terms of your major? What are you going for? And is cross country, track and field in your future?
So my major is going to be kinesiology and exercise science. And that will actually be a new program starting the fall of 2020. So I'm optimistic about what I can learn through a new program. I'm just excited that they have it. And then, yeah, I'll be competing for cross country and track. They're D2. And their team, well, our team has been like really, really improving a lot the last few years. They weren't much of a team like a couple years ago, but they just placed close to top 15 at D2 Nationals with a really strong incoming freshman class this year. So I'm really excited to see how good we could really be.
So are those majors almost sounds like a possibility of a coaching future for you?
I've thought of it, yeah. My dream is to be like a physical trainer or like a physical therapist for a major sports organization. But yeah, who knows? You go down the coaching path.
Okay. All right, good. Jake, how about you?
My major right now is music production and technology, and for running, I'm gonna join the River Hawks. I don't really have any like big goals because it's only freshman year, and I'm kind of just looking forward to it. I think I'm gonna have like a lot of fun being on the team. It's a bunch of really good guys. Like I will have people to push me, and I'm gonna see if I can go to the next level. I'm gonna see like where running can take me.
All right, so let's feed off from that. We'll start with you, Jake, this time. So you're going into college, and I ran in college as a distance runner, so I knew that as I went into that college, I went more up to 5,000, 10,000 on the track. Do you see you kind of extending to those distances?
Yeah, I'm probably going to extend to those distances. I'm definitely more of a distance guy, and for track and field, yeah, I'm probably going to do a lot more 5,000s on the track. Although 10K on the track is pretty scary. That's something I really don't want to think about right now. That's like,
yeah, that's a lot.
Think about that.
Come on. Okay, good. How about you, Nico? You see yourself going up that high, or are you going to stay more in the middle there?
Obviously, I'm looking forward to 10Ks on the grass for cross country. But once track rolls around, I feel like I'll max out at the 5K. Between 800 and 5K. But, I mean, who knows? I can't really tell you what the future holds.
Yeah. Good. All right, well, let's do some fun ones at the end here. We'll do a little lightning round just to get a little bit of who you guys are beyond track and field. So let's start with you, Nico. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
I don't know, mom and dad, brother, they're all downstairs. Keene, everybody that I want to see that we can't because we're in quarantine. So yeah, I don't know, not many shout outs, I guess.
Okay.
Coach Goldsmith.
Oh, Coach there you go.
Yes, there you go.
All right, Jake.
All right. Yeah, mom, dad, Coach Goldsmith, the boys, Keene XC. Yeah, and that's really it. And Jesus.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How about if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go, Jake?
Oh, Dubai. That's like a city living in the future. That's like they have like they have floating cars already, and like they have the like electronic segways. They have underwater roller coasters at their amusement parks. That's a future city. I don't want to go there.
Oh, okay. All right, Nico, where do you want to go?
Peru. I don't know why. It just seems cool.
Okay. All right, Nico, we'll start with you. If you could do something and you knew you could not fail, what would you do? You knew you would not fail.
I would be the first person on Mars. I don't know.
Okay.
You could go anywhere with that. So who knows?
You
yeah,
could.
Go to Mars.
All right, Jake, what would you do if you could not fail?
I'd run on water. That's something I've always wanted to do.
Okay. All right, let's see. One more question. Jake, we'll start with you. What is the best advice or quote that was ever given to you?
Oh, crap. I should have been prepared for this one. It's like I got something, but I don't.
You send it to Nico first?
Yeah, send it to Nico first.
All right.
Best advice would probably be, shoot, it'd probably be what my mom tells me every single time I try and complain about something. And she says like either one or two things, and that's one, like finish what you started, or two, like I'll be like, okay, well, everyone else is doing this, like why can't I? And she'll say like I didn't, like you're not everyone else or something like that. I don't know, just do it anyway. Stuff like that. I that's probably the best advice that I hold closest to me.
Okay. Jake, you come up with anything?
I'm just gonna go with no pain, no gain. That's a mantra I've always had, even since 8th grade.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, listening to you, it certainly sounds like you had a fantastic team, a great coach, great group of guys that I'm sure you were missing tremendously this spring. So sorry that you guys lost your spring track season, but your running careers are not over. By the sounds of it, you're going to continue on in college, and New Hampshire is going to support you, and we're going to be watching you. So thank you guys so much for joining us and telling us about you. And we look forward to watching you as you go into your collegiate careers. And yeah, thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.